We're discussing today the three fasts that exist that were rolled into one. The eighth Teves, which we explained in the last class, which was the translated Torah into Greek. The ninth of Teves is traditionally connected to the death of Ezra Sofer, who made many enactments which were critical for the continuation and success of Klal Yisrael, Jewish people. And finally, the tenth of Teves, which is the beginning of the destruction of the base of Mikdash. And Um, the although traditionally the ninth of Teves is considered to be the death of Ezra, there's an interesting gloss, I believe it's in the Divrei Chaim at the end of the Shulchan Aruch, that says that, which implies that it wasn't actually the death of Ezra, it was the death of Peter. Peter was a Tana, one of the Tanaim, one of the sages that lived in the period around the time of the destruction of the base of Mikdash, and he was actually a Tana who was sent into the group of Jews and others who had broken off from the Jewish people and started what later became the Christian religion. He was sent there to make it into a different, clearly different religion, right? He was the one responsible for changing the day of rest from Saturday to Sunday, and a number of the practices which today are common in Christianity can be attributed to Peter, or he's called Peter, who made this. He's also the author of the Nishmas Tefillah that we say every Shabbos and Yom Tovim. That tefillah is attributed to him. He was a great person who really gave up his spiritual life in order to make this differentiation between the Jewish people and between the Christians. And because of his tremendous Mesiras Nefesh, to be willing to give up his entire service of Avodas Hashem and to go and become the head of the Christian movement in order to make these changes, in order that people shouldn't be drawn after it, because there are a lot of similarities between the Jewish and Christianity that were, since its formation came from Christianity. It was a break off of Klal Yisrael, and in fact, if you look at the Rambam, right, you look at the Rambam letters, not the ones which are commonly seen, the Parador, but in the Arabic letters, right, which I once got hold of them. There's a Hebrew translation which is not so readily available, but he writes there that the Christian religion was a stepping stone towards monotheism. It was a stepping stone towards monotheism, and for that reason, it's permitted to teach Torah to Christians. Once had a question which was brought to Rebbe Yashiv about non-Jewish students in a certain Baal Tshuva yeshiva. They think that they're Jewish because their parents are Jewish, and Rebbe Yashiv passed them on that shaila that they can continue to keep them in yeshiva, and based on one of the primary sources was this Chuvas Rambam, that Torah could be taught to them because it is a stepping stone towards. Now, this is not commonly accepted in halachic practice. But for this case, in this particular case of keeping them in yeshiva, then Rebbe Yashiv consented that this was the reason to let them stay in yeshiva. It's also used in other places in Kiev. Right? If you have any, if you want to know where, you can write to me at dytravis613@gmail.com, and I'll share that with you. And this is the idea of the Rambam says, the stepping stone towards Christianity, bring the entire world to recognition that there's one God, and which will, Bezrat Hashem, happen soon with Mashiach's coming, which we hope that will be very soon, and sooner even than we expect. And this is the ninth of Teves, again, commonly attributed to the yahrzeit of Ezra Sofer, who made many enactments, which were critical for the continuation of the Jewish people as they went into the diaspora, that they should continue to be strong and could be strong to hold them out for the past 2,000 years, and that we should be strong in our Jewish practice. And alternatively, as we brought from the Divrei Chaim, the also considered to be yard sites of Peter, who um, right. Now, just amongst the many things Ezra did was he established the tefillas and the brachas that we recite today. Can you imagine without the tefillas and the brachas what that would be like? What that would be like? And yeah, in any event, the this is the night of Teves. Most people do not fast on that day, but there are some people who do. And we roll them up into one fast, which we'll speak about in the next class. In the 10th of Teves, Hashem should give us the siyata deshmaya that we should see the Mashiach coming very quickly, and that we should the true truth, which is not the New Testament. The truth is the Old Testament, right? Which was given by Hashem, and not to belittle anyone, but we know that the Torah was given on Har Sinai, right? The Torah, which was given by God, was given to 600,000 Jews, and the Kuzari says, sorry, it was really 3,600,000 Jewish men between 20 and 60. Kuzari says one of the proofs to the veracity, the truth of the Torah, is the fact that the Torah writes that it was given in front of 600,000 men. You could not get away with such a thing, right? All the other prophecies following, yeah, the prophecies of seeming prophecies of Yeshua and the prophecies of Muhammad, right? They were all privately in their own. No one else knew about it, right? The Torah writes openly. It was given in front of 600,000 people in public, and this is the. So therefore, this was the reason why it was such a great tragedy on the 8th of Teves that the Torah was translated into Greek. And this is why we mourn. One of the reasons why we mourn the 9th of Teves, the death of Peter, who was a great progenitor to keep Jews from straying from their Jewish practice and being taken away by the other, taken away, as is happening even today. So many missionaries are trying to take us away from the Torah, and we yet remain strong, and we're not willing to budge. And Jews have died in many situations, giving their life to keep the Torah. We should continue to be strong and see the goal quickly. Amen. Came to it. So.